It was a big shock that no one saw coming, Peter Phillip's divorce from Autumn Phillips. They had been married for 12 years. Peter Phillips is the favourite grandson of the Queen. Autumn Phillips, though, is very close to the Queen as well. They went to church together quite recently, actually. And so no one expected this. No one saw it coming. But we have broken the story on the front page of The Sun today. And just a few hours later, the couple have confirmed in a statement that not only are they separating, but they are to divorce. Well, this was the other aspect of the story that we broke today. Will Autumn follow Meghan and Harry to Canada? It's certainly something that Peter Phillip's friends are very concerned about. Some people even say that she may have been inspired in some way by Meghan's move to Canada, because of course we do remember Autumn Phillips is a Canadian citizen. The couple's two children, who are now 7 and 9, share dual citizenship, so in theory they could live in Canada. However, it has been interesting to see sources close to the couple today immediately insist that they will continue to live in Gloucestershire. So at this point, at least, it feels like the family will be staying together in the UK, which is of course something very important to the Queen. This is very upsetting for the Queen. Obviously, she's very used to her children divorcing now, but the scourge of marriage splits has now come to her grandkids. And that's tough. That's very tough, because the Queen is someone who believes in marriage above all else. She believes in that commitment and the importance of that commitment of marriage in terms of the importance for the country and the importance for her church. And then she has her relatives who just cannot make this marriage business work. And it's also particularly shocking for the Queen because on the surface, Autumn and Peter had a perfect relationship. There were no outward signs that anything was going wrong. There had been no rumours in the press or in the media whatsoever that the marriage was on the rocks in any way. So it's a surprising split, and of course it comes in the midst of a second annus horribilis for the Queen. So you just have to think about everything this woman, who's very, very close to turning 94, has gone through. This time last year, Prince Phillip, involved in that terrible car accident, injured 2 members of the public, very lucky to survive himself. He's since been sick. You then have the Jeffrey Epstein scandal, which has engulfed Prince Andrew, her favourite son, and seen him had to leave the royal family, or at least step down as a senior working member of the royal family. That, of course, was followed by Brexit, which has seen Harry and Meghan leave the family and step back as senior royals to go to Canada. In the midst of this civil war, that's how I've described it, between Prince Charles, Prince William, Prince Harry, Meghan and Kate. So probably right now, I think it's fair to say the Queen sees her family disintegrating around her. And while the public aren't as familiar with Peter and Autumn Phillips as, say, Prince William and Kate, behind the scenes within the royal family, their impact is very, very strong. You know, he's incredibly close to Prince William, incredibly close to Prince Harry, and the Queen was so close to Autumn that sometimes she would actually travel to church with her on her own in the car, and that is a seat that is reserved for those who are most favoured by the Queen. The royal family can definitely survive all these shocks, but you do have to think that it's significantly weakened right now. And obviously, given the Queen's age and Prince Philip's ill health, you do worry about what happens next, what happens when the Queen needs or wants to step back. And that's where what's going on with the young royals is particularly damaging, because we expected Meghan and Harry to play a central role in the future royal family, the young guns of the royal family. That's not going to happen. Now you have Peter and Autumn Phillips, who have always been this very tight family unit supporting their cousins, torn apart. Of course, we don't know if Autumn and the kids are going to flee to Canada or perhaps spend more time in Canada, but even just the fact that they're no longer a unit is going to be sad for the family. And it appears that Autumn didn't spend Sandringham with the Queen. Of course, we know Meghan and Harry weren't at Sandringham with the Queen this Christmas either. And so it's definitely been a really, really traumatic year for her. And let's be honest, a year she doesn't deserve after all of the incredible, loyal, unwavering service that she has given to the Crown and to the country. Obviously, Philip and Autumn spent lots of time apart, so they had drifted apart for a number of years. And what's very critical is they did actually want the split to be amicable. They were very conscious of the fact that they need to co-parent their two children, and they've put that first. So right now, I'm being told by sources close to the couple that they will co-parent, they remain friends, they're able to be under the same roof, and there's no one else involved. That's what we're being told.